Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another retro anime first impression video. Welcome again. I am trying my best to get my hands on more series that are worthwhile watching that are older, but you just gotta try left and right. So I did try this one in particular, and I really enjoyed uh, this series. At least the first episode. It's called Chaos Head, and you can find it on Crunchyroll, I believe, both dubbed and subbed. Now, I did watch the first episode subbed. Might switch to dub eventually to kind of finish it faster. But Chaos Head is a, I want to say, psychological slash uh, gore, maybe horror for some people. Um, but it's everything that I like. So I really did enjoy this first episode. Before anything, though, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can also follow me on social media and check out the description below. There's a link where you guys can buy cheap anime and manga. Okay, so what is Chaos Head? Well, Chaos Head, it follows the story, particularly of this boy who is um, almost driven himself insane. He imagines his 2D girlfriend, which is just a character from an anime. He has a bunch of figurines of her, and a lot of the times we see her talking to him is really just him basically pretending that she's there in the room. So, did take me two takes. Or two scenes to put one and one together that okay, this guy's just a little crazy, and yeah, he's basically just a shut-in character. And in the city, there's been some killings happening, and it's you know not a good thing. There's the people being murdered. Now, a few characters that we see in this first episode. There's actually quite a bit. There is a few students that we meet when he goes to his first day of school. Some of them not being the best students. They kind of like almost stay away from him because he's the weirdo of the class. We learn that he has a sister, younger sister, who cares for him, but at the same time, he just shuts her away, pushes her away so much that she kind of stops caring too much for him. Um, so yeah, there's kind of that going on, or that chemistry going on between them. Um, there is the last character that we find out is a girl who is kind of stalking him and she wants to know him. We don't know why yet. I thought there was going to be a kind of a twist at the end with her being, more involved in the killings, but she really wasn't, at least not to this first episode. And she really just wanted to know him, and she thought he was super cool to have all his figurines and all this. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit too good to be true. And he had the same feelings. Like, yeah, she is probably involved. Now, the reason that he was like that is because in the middle of the episode, he does witness the killer stabbing a guy with a bunch of knives in cross shape. And he himself actually ends up with one of those in his room, and he blows it off thinking that it was just part of his imagination because again, he imagines things, he imagines seeing things. And like at one point he imagines this weird girl who's stalking him. He imagines her basically trying to kill him, and it's just all in his head. So he blows it off thinking like, I didn't really see it. So the girl does find that knife in his room, and she doesn't really see anything, but we can tell that she's shocked by it. So we know that she's kind of putting the dots together as well. So the cliffhanger of the first episode, which was a pretty good cliffhanger, was that he is on the next day of school. He's sitting in his classroom, just kind of contemplating of what everything that he's seen, he's done, things that he's not really sure about what's real, what's not. And then the girl who he witnessed kill someone sits next to him and says, "Oh, hi, hello," and calls him by his name. And that's it. That's the whole episode. There hardly a lot. There's a lot of interaction between him and the girls, and him and his, waifu who's not real. Um, but for the most part, that's the first episode. It really was a good episode. It was enough to set up a story willing to attract people, and I really really enjoy this one. It's from 2008. It is an anime that, like I said, it has aired for a while now. It's been what, 14 years since it's aired, so I do call it retro, even though it's not that old. But um, rating wise, it seemed like it was getting a decent rating wise on Crunchyroll, so I decided to give it a try. I will have a review on this pretty soon, and I can't promise you anytime in a time frame, but I probably will watch this probably this week, throughout the entire week, and then eventually do a review for you guys. So, anyways, from 1 to 10, I'm going to rate this one actually at a 7 out of 10. It has a lot of aspects that I like of an anime. There's a lot of things that are now pushed so much, fan service stuff that ruins an anime, and this one doesn't really have that much of that kind of stuff. There is, those instances of pretty girls and stuff like that, but it's not over the top where that's the seller of the anime. So personally, I enjoyed that. I think that's a good thing, and yeah, out of 10, I'll give it a 7 for now. Hopefully, it goes up. And if not, I'll let you guys know why it went down. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done this by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I do quite a bit of reviews, and if you're watching up to this point, might as well subscribe. So thank you guys for love and support again, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.